Welcome to Champion Investor Week 2 of 52. Just early days, okay? Now, the idea of the game, just to remind you, you've got £100,000, pretend money, and you have to make a profit by investing in the stock market. It's still very early days, and generally, the shorter the time frame you invest over, the less likely you are to make a positive return, okay? It's the difference between investing and day trading. Now, the biggest trading platform in the UK suggests, and I'll share this screen with you, 70% of retail investors lose money when day trading. That's 7 in 10 people lose money jumping in and out of stocks on a daily basis, okay? That's a stat to avoid. So if you're not in profit yet, don't fret, okay? Now, what makes it harder is within Champion Investor, you have to be quite good because you have a maximum of 5 individual companies you can hold at one time in your portfolio. That's quite concentrated. Now, I want to give you an example. The MSCI World Equity Mid and Large Cap Fund holds 1,480 companies. What's a fund? Essentially where all money goes into this one fund, and one buy of this fund will instantly diversify your money or your investment across 1,400 companies. So it's very well diversified. You only have 5 maximum to invest into, okay? So it's more risky, but more rewardy can be. So let's just reminder, MSCI World Equity Mid and Large Cap Funds, they hold 1,480 companies. If you'd randomly picked one day between 1971 and 2022 and invest in this fund, invested just for 24 hours, so you put your money in for one day, took it out, and that's over 1,480 companies, you'd have a 52.4% chance of making gains. Very similar to the odds of tossing a coin. If you invested for 1 year in that fund, that had gone up to 72.8% chance for a positive return. If you kept your money in there for 10 years, that would have gone up to 94.2% chance of a positive return. And that's the graph there showing it. These are the years you hold for, okay? And this is the chance of a positive return. So in a big sort of diversified fund like that invest in mature companies, generating cash, quite stable businesses, that's the chances you have, all right? So, end of week 2 of 52, let's look at the stats. 18.73% of players are in profit. That's it so far. But like I said, it's only week 2. Now, some people are still sitting there with £100,000 in cash. Now, if you invested before the start of the year, then that's been removed from your investment and you've gone back to cash. So you have to invest in this year because the competition runs from the 1st of January to the 31st of December, okay? So if you're sitting there and you think, I've invested already, on the 20th of December, it's no longer there, your investment. Your cash is there, but your investment's not. So you have to invest, all right? Having said that, if you are sitting in cash, at least you haven't lost any money because at the moment, only 18.73% of people are in profit, okay? Only 2% of the players are more than 10% in profit, okay? So whilst investing in individual companies is more risky, they also can provide more reward, but to increase your chances of avoiding a negative return with less risk. And that's what it's about. It's not only about making a profit, it's to avoid losses as well. You have to diversify a bit. You've only got 5 stocks, but it's not just about holding 5 stocks, but companies that are in different sectors. For example, don't invest in sort of 5 banks or 5 retailers or 5 tech companies or 5 miners, Go for different sectors. Go for different size companies. So more mature companies, a couple of those maybe, earning, generating positive cash, and maybe smaller, more risky companies with ideas, but maybe, explosive upside potential, but they are more risky. And then also different geographies. Don't all invest in sort of miners in Africa, for example. It may result in you achieving less reward, but there's less risk. So there's also less chance of you making a loss. If you want to go for big reward by investing in only a small company, there's also a greater chance of a big loss. You have to weigh it up, all right? It's not easy, but if it was, everyone would be sitting at home just investing, Everyone would be doing it full time. So let's have a look at the leaderboard. Champion Investor here. Josh is still number one. Like you said, he did a big, if you look at a video from last week, he had that big investment in Angle PLC. He came out with massive news on significant sort of clinical trials. Laconic number two, SharePick is number three. Aussie number four. All very good. Let's scroll down, because if you scroll down here, you see the last 20 days, that's the same because we just started. But the last 7 days, Laconic is winning. Now, I did say about day trading, and Laconic is doing a bit of that. He's doing very well. But not many people can do that. SharePickers, Aussie, Osmancons, and Rita, well done. All very good there. In fact, we go back up to the all-time, the top 10 are all above 10% there. Okay? So that's very good. Well done indeed. This is Laconic's buy and sell. So he's, didn't do the best of the last 7 days. And he is trading in and out these very small cap, very highly volatile, risky stocks. And it seems to be playing out for him right now. But it's a very high risk strategy. But he is getting the reward. But if one of those bombs, he may be in trouble. Okay? Remember, 70% of retail investors lose money when day trading. Laconic is beating that stat. But most people can't. Okay? Okay. Updates to the website. Lots of these coming. I'm going to be doing, if you have an idea for an update, by all means, email me, justin@championinvestor.co.uk. But the latest update is last trade. So you can see all the trades that people are doing here. And like I say, it's the 13th today, Saturday, 13th, and people are buying and selling today. The markets are moving today, but you can buy and sell. Okay, like I say, it's very busy there. So you can see what's going on, and there'll be more updates pretty much every month. And you can see there a lot of people, and there are 5 pages of this. The last 100 trades, you can check that out. Okay, now, the next upcoming update, I've had several requests from schools, colleges, and universities to have their own sort of mini leaderboards. That's going to happen. So if you are in a school, I'll sort this out if you don't worry, if you're already registered. If you're a school, college, university, and you want to see, where the players are within your school and university, that will be set up. So you can have your own little mini board, and you can see how you're doing against your fellow students. All right? That's coming. There's plenty more going on. And by the way, this is what it's all about, okay? It's about learning to invest. Doesn't matter where you are in life, but the earlier you start, the better. So if you are a teacher of business studies or A-level economics, or you know someone who is, please pass this on. This is how I learned to invest. It wasn't part of the curriculum. My A-level economics teacher decided to start a fancy stocks and shares competition, and I've been, a passionate investor ever since. Now, I learned things in school that I've never ever used in real life since. Like the isosceles triangle. Now, no offense to Mr. or Mrs. Isosceles, whoever they are, but I've never used the isosceles triangle ever again. It stuck with me in my head, but I've never used that in my life. Ever. Now, has the isosceles triangle transformed my life? No. Has investing? Yes. But it's not taught in schools. I think this is absolutely insane. The sooner you learn about investing, the more chances you have of transforming your lives. I think there's only 2 ways in life to create your own wealth, pretty much, apart from winning the lottery, which is not going to happen. Either own a successful business or own a share of a successful business. So please, pass this on, as it can transform your lives. Thank you very much for joining this week. I do appreciate it. Stay tuned for more updates. And hopefully, the next update, you'll be on the leaderboard. Maybe you'll be the champion investor.